Hello and welcome. Today, we're going to talk about something we all do every single day. Listen. But we're going to explore what happens when we listen not just to the words, but to the feelings behind them. We're going to talk about how to understand what people mean, even when they don't say it directly.
This is something I really struggle with. I feel like I'm always a step behind in conversations. Someone will say one thing like, "I'm fine," but I get this feeling that they're not fine at all, and I just don't know what to do. I feel socially clumsy, like there's a secret language that everyone else understands, and I just can't hear it. What am I missing?
That's a very common feeling. Most people think understanding others is about being smarter or having some kind of special intuition. They try to analyze every word, like a detective looking for clues.
Yes, exactly. I try to figure it out. Did they use that word because of this? What does that expression mean? It's exhausting, and I'm usually wrong anyway.
The real problem isn't your ability to analyze. The problem is you're listening to the wrong thing. You're trying to decode the words, when the real message is almost never in the words.
So, if the message isn't in the words, where is it?
It's in the music. Think of a conversation like a song. The words are the lyrics, but the feeling, the real story, is in the melody, the rhythm, the pauses. Most of us are so focused on the lyrics that we don't even hear the music.
The music? I've never thought of it that way.
Let's start with the most obvious part of that music, the tone. Most students believe that if someone agrees with them, that's the end of the story. They hear the word yes and they think, great, we're all on the same page.
That sounds right. Yes means yes.
It feels logical. The word has a clear definition, but we've all been in situations where that logic fails. Imagine you're in a team meeting and you present a new idea. You ask a colleague, "Are you okay with this direction?" And he looks down at his papers and says, "Yeah, I'm fine with it."
Okay, he said he was fine with it, but I can already feel the problem. It doesn't sound fine.
Exactly. His words say yes, but the music, the flat, low-energy tone, says, "I am not fine with this at all." That feeling you get is you noticing the music. It's a very quiet, very subtle piece of information.
So the tone of voice is more honest than the words?
It's often where the real feeling is living. The words are what we think we should say. The tone is how we actually feel. The first step to understanding people is just to notice that. You don't have to do anything about it. Just notice. The music is different from the words.
Okay, I can do that. Just notice the tone. But what about when people say nothing at all? Sometimes the silence is the most confusing part.
That's the second turning point. We believe that a quick answer is an honest answer. We ask a question, and if someone answers right away, we trust it.
Because it feels confident. If someone takes a long time to answer, I assume they're hiding something, or they don't know.
And that can be true, but a pause isn't always a sign of weakness or dishonesty. It's often a sign of thoughtfulness or importance. The space before the answer is part of the answer. Let's imagine you ask a friend, "Can you help me move this weekend?"
Right, and I'm hoping for a quick, "Of course."
But instead, there's a pause, just 2 seconds of silence, and then they say, "Yeah, of course." That little gap, that small moment of quiet, that's hesitation.
And that hesitation changes everything. The "of course" doesn't feel as strong anymore. It feels like they wanted to say no, but they felt they couldn't.
Precisely. The hesitation doesn't mean your friend is a bad person. It means the question is not simple for them. Maybe they have other plans. Maybe they're tired. The pause is a signal of inner conflict. It tells you that for them, yes comes at a cost. A person who is truly available would likely say yes immediately. The pause is the music. It's a quiet sound that tells you there's more to the story.
This is making sense. So I need to listen for the tone, and I need to pay attention to the pauses. It feels like I'm looking for mismatches.
You are. That's the third and most important idea. We tend to believe what people tell us, especially when they use positive and confident language.
Well, yeah. If my boss says this is a fantastic report, I'm going to feel good. I'm going to believe him.
And you should. But let's adjust the scenario. Your boss calls you into his office. He doesn't smile. He keeps a serious expression. And he says in a very formal voice, "Mark, this is an objectively excellent report. The data is comprehensive."
Oof, okay. I feel a chill. even though he used positive words like excellent and comprehensive.
Why? What's the problem?
The feeling is all wrong. His body language is serious, his tone is cold, but the words are positive. They don't match. It feels like he's about to say, but, and then tell me something terrible.
That gap you're feeling, that mismatch, is a discrepancy. It's a discrepancy. It's a difference between the words and the music. When you notice a discrepancy, your brain is flagging that something is incomplete. The words say one thing, but the emotional energy says another. Good communication isn't about ignoring that feeling. It's about gently acknowledging it.
So what do you even do in that situation with the boss? I can't just say, your tone doesn't match your words.
You don't have to. You just hold the knowledge quietly. You can ask a simple, open question. Something like, "Thank you. Is there anything you'd like me to change for next time?" You are gently inviting him to close the gap between his words and his feelings. You're making it safe for him to share the other half of the story.
That makes sense, but it still feels risky. If I start looking for these tones and pauses and discrepancies, what if I'm wrong? What if I imagine a tone that isn't there? Or I think a pause means something negative when the person was just thinking. Isn't it dangerous to assume I know what people are feeling?
That is the most important question. And you're right. This is not about becoming a mind reader. It's the opposite. It's about realizing you can't read minds, so you must listen more carefully. You are not looking for secrets. You are just noticing emotional data.
Emotional data.
The tone is data. The hesitation is data. The discrepancy is data. And this data isn't proof of anything. It's just an invitation to be more curious and more gentle. When your friend hesitates, you don't say, "You don't want to help me, do you?"
Right, that would be aggressive.
Instead, the hesitation allows you to be more empathetic. You can say, "You know what? It's a big favor. No worries if you can't. Just let me know." You are responding to the music, not just the word yes. You're showing them that you heard their unspoken feeling, and that's how you build trust.
So this isn't about being a detective. It's about being a better friend or a better colleague. It's about making it safe for people to be honest.
Exactly. You're simply trying to understand the full reality of the person in front of you. You're listening for the whole song. When an idea connects with you on that deeper level, when you feel it's true, not just intellectually, but emotionally, you could say that it begins to resonate with you.
It does resonate. This whole idea feels much kinder than what I was trying to do before. I was trying to find out what was wrong with the conversation, but this is more about finding out what's real.
Yes, it's about listening for what is implicit. Most of human communication is implicit. The real meaning is hidden in the open, in the tone, in the rhythm of the conversation. It's not a secret code, it's a feeling.
So let me see if I have this. I shouldn't be focused on analyzing the words people say. I should be paying attention to the music behind the words.
That's a great way to put it.
The first thing is the tone. A simple yes can feel very different depending on the subtle energy behind it. The second is the pause. A hesitation before an answer is part of the answer, and it signals that the topic is important or difficult.
Perfect.
And the third is looking for any discrepancy between the words and the feeling. If the words are positive, but the energy is negative, it's a sign that there's more to the story.
And what do you do with that information?
I don't assume I know the truth. I just use it as a signal to be more curious, more patient, and maybe a little kinder. I can ask a gentle question to make it safe for the other person to share what's really on their mind. It's about hearing the implicit message.
Exactly. You're not trying to be right. You're just trying to be present.
I feel like a weight has been lifted. I always thought I needed to be smarter or quicker to keep up in conversations. But it sounds like I just need to be quieter, to listen more deeply. It feels like a skill I can actually build. It's not some magic power. It's just paying attention.
And that is one of the most powerful skills you can ever learn. Hello again to everyone listening. We hope this conversation gave you a new way to think about your own conversations. We would love to hear from you. In the comments, please tell us what topic you'd like us to explore next time. We're always listening.